everyone, and welcome to the One-Stop Co-op Shop. This is Colin, and today I have a treat for you. We are going to do at least a partial playthrough of Kingdom Hearts Perilous Pursuit. Now, I've been told by many people I should check this game out. It's actually, I think it's based upon a video game. Definitely haven't played it, but what's cool is that you can play as Goofy and Donald Duck, and my son, he's 5 and loves Mickey Mouse, so I got this for him for Christmas, and we played it, and I thought, oh my gosh, this actually is not a half bad game. So I thought I'd show it on the channel. We'll at least go through a couple of the worlds, and you can see if it's something you want to pick up and play with your kids. You can also play with adults. However, I'm going to say right now, I feel like this is a 2 to 3 player game. We played a 4 and 1 5-player game, and it was not good. Do not recommend at those player counts. 2 to 3 seems to be the sweet spot for this one. In this game, you're going to be rolling these 6 dice, activating different actions on your boards, and then trying to save 6 different worlds. So with that, let's go ahead and set up the game, and then we'll jump into the partial playthrough. Now you're going to see here I've basically set up our player boards already. There are 5 that you can choose from. I chose Goofy and Donald Duck. The other 3 are on this on the front of the box. I don't know who they are. They're from the game, but I know Goofy and Donald. You're going to see that you have ready tokens. You're going to have one for each of the different slots on your board, and you'll also have set tokens, and those you'll place here when you actually set those actions, and you will have that for both players. Each one has their own set of these tokens because you have different amounts. You can see here, so to get an attack, well, that's not a good example. To get items, you can see we only need 2 of these completed for Donald versus for Goofy, we need 4 and then 1 here. So you just need to make sure you pull out the color that matches your character. You also each start with 1 of these item cards. The max you can have is 3 at a time. If you get a 4th, you have to discard down to 3. Make sure you shuffle this up, especially when you're playing with Donald. He gets to collect cards often, so yes, make sure you shuffle that up. You can see here we've got a 2 of the ability, and over here we actually have a wild symbol, which is really nice. The cards are actually one of the ways you can cooperate in this game because you can play this at any time on anybody's turn, and you can give them those symbols. So a nice touch for the game. You will always start at 10 health. You've got a little tracker up here that you're going to denote that you have 10 health. If anybody goes to 0 health, that's one of the ways you lose. Next, let's set up our worldscape. So you need to win the game, save 6 worlds. You lose the game if anyone goes to 0 health, or if you lose 2 worlds. So if 2 worlds are lost, you lose the game. There's level 1 worlds, level 2 worlds, and level 3 worlds, and all of these cards are double-sided. When you set up the game, you want to randomly choose 1 level 1, 2 level 2s, and 3 level 3 worlds to create your stack. Then set the rest of these aside. You don't want to put them back in the box because if you do lose a world, you're going to have to randomly grab from that pile and slide one underneath your stack because you always have to save 6 worlds to win the game. And like I said, they're double-sided, so I'll just randomly choose. Here we have our world stack all set up and ready to go. If you're playing with 2 or 3 heroes, you're going to place the Heartless tracker in the circle space. If you're playing with 4 or 5 players, you'll start at the green triangle space. What we're trying to do is push this marker all the way up, and off of this, that says that the world is saved. What the world or the enemies in the world, the Heartless, are trying to do is push this track here, and if it gets to that space, the world is lost. On the top part over here, you will see the dice that needs to be rolled during the world phase. We'll see that during the playthrough. And that's really it for setup. It's nice and quick to get onto the table, which I love. So let's start our playthrough. Each turn consists of 4 phases. The first phase, you'll roll your dice up. You can roll them up to 3 times, saving as many dice as you want, and re-rolling as many as you choose. After doing that, you have to keep your dice pool the way it is. Then you will assign dice to your board, or if you both players or any of the players that are playing have any actions that are ready and set. So for an example, if we had attack ready and set and so did Donald, we can actually share one of our dice with Donald and Donald can attack on our turn. One of the cool ways you can cooperate in this game. After you assign out all of your dice, you'll then activate the dice, and then at the end, we'll roll for the world. Then we'll move to the next player. We'll keep doing this until either we lose or we save all those 6 locations. So let's start with Donald as first player. So he's going to grab all 6 dice and roll them up 3 times. All the blue dice have one side of each of these symbol types. So we have collect, protect, attack, distract, and ability. The sixth side is this crown, which is a wild symbol, which can be used as any of those. The black die, though, has one symbol that is different from the others, and this symbol causes certain negative effects depending upon when you roll it. If we rolled that when we're rolling during the roll phase of your turn, any dice that you rolled with that die, you immediately have to pick up and roll it again for your next roll. If, let's say, you've done your third roll, because you get to roll your dice 3 times, kind of like Yahtzee, keep your dice that you want. If you roll that on the third roll of that turn, then you just don't get to use this die. So that symbol is never a good thing. During the worlds phase, you'll see that this usually has a really bad effect. So you don't want to roll this if possible. What we're trying to do in this game is fill out our board so that we have it ready, and that means we have this leftmost space filled out, then set, so we have this rightmost space filled out. Once they're ready and set, when we roll one of the dice symbols that matches a ready and set location, I like to call it go, we can then activate that location. Now you can only activate each location once per turn. So that's why it's really important that you have your teammates also fill out their ready and set locations so that if I rolled 2 ability dice, I could then share one of these ability dice with Goofy to activate his ability during my turn. Really kind of cool. The easiest way to show you all this is just to start playing, so let's do that. Let's do our first roll. And okay, so definitely want to keep the leadership die. Don't have to decide where I'm going to put it or anything like that. I've got 2 attack symbols. If I roll a third one, I can ready my attack. So I think I'm also going to keep those 2. So I'm going to pick up these. I'll do my second roll. And we've got 1 potion. I definitely want to keep that. Ooh, this is also awesome because now I can actually put all 3 dice to ready my attack location. And then we'll re-roll this one more time. And we get another attack symbol. Now we will assign our dice to our board. You need to fully complete one of these sections during a turn. I can't partially complete it and then complete it next turn. So I definitely want to do 1, 2, and 3 here. I'm also going to assign this one here. So that means I've actually ready and set my attack. That's pretty nice. I'm also thinking of readying and setting my collect. So that way, if I roll any of these in the future, I can collect a card essentially each turn. Now, I do have this wild here, and I could use it for something, but I'm thinking of holding on to it and maybe helping Goofy get his ability, because the ability on both Goofy and Donald are down here, and you need 5 of them to just ready it. So I have now assigned my dice. I'm going to activate them. I activate them by filling out these spots. We have now readied our collect and attack action. This means that in future rounds, if I roll one of these attack symbols, I can place it here, and during my turn, after I place my dice and I activate them, I can deal a damage to the Heartless that's trying to take over that world. Also, if let's say I had that wild, I could then activate my collect and I could draw 1 new item. So that's how you're going to activate these slots. Protect lets you gain additional shields. I should have mentioned that we have 5 shields each. That's to help protect our health. Distract, once you fill this up, you can actually have the world roll less dice. And then everyone's ability is different. Donald's ability is you can actually gain a health and do 1 attack. The final phase of your turn is you have to roll for the world. We're going to roll 1 black and 2 blue. All of these activations are what's going to happen with those dice depending upon what we roll. Now you're going to see there's no wild symbol. I asked on BGG, and I believe it's true that if you roll a wild for the world, nothing happens. But please tell me if that's wrong. I just don't ever see that symbol here, so that's what I'm assuming is the case. 1 black and 2 blue dice. If you look here, this symbol means no effect, this symbol means no effect, but this symbol, the distract symbol, means -1 health, so Donald takes 1 damage. Damage can always be blocked by shields, so we'll simply remove the 1 shield. We still have 10 health, we're okay. That was the end of Donald's turn. Let's roll for Goofy. So I most certainly want to keep this special ability and this wild. Do I want to keep anything else? I don't think so. I'm going to pick everything else up and re-roll it a second time. Oh, you see that symbol? That means no matter what, even if I wanted any of these, can't keep them. I'm going to have to pick up all of these and re-roll them a 3rd time. And, we rolled it again. So we lose this die. We're only going to have 5 that we can use this turn. Let's have some fun, shall we? We're going to use our card here to count as 2 of the wild symbols. Now, the thing about these cards is you can't split them up. So if, let's say, we had our abilities both filled out for Donald and Goofy, ready and set, I couldn't use this card as one ability symbol to activate Goofy's and one to activate Donald's. You can only use it in one row. So I'm using this to block 2 of those spots. I then have 2 here, so that's 4, plus another one here, which is 5. Plus, I'm going to use this leadership to have it ready and set. And then I think I'm going to use this wild die to activate it. Now, I also have this protect, so I'm going to put it here so that I can ready my protect. This gives additional shields. Now what we can do is activate our dice. So I'll remove this, simply placing my ready token here. I'm going to remove all of these. I'm going to discard this item card. And I'm going to place this here because I've readied it. I have now set it with this item card as well from Donald. So thank you, Donald, for your contribution. And then the die itself is going to activate this spot. The abilities of this spot are very small. Hopefully you can read this. It says anyone, +1 shield, +2 attack. So we're actually going to have that for Donald. Donald's going to gain his shield back, and we're going to deal 2 damage to the Heartless at this world. Donald will go back up to having 5 shields again. And 2 damage is nothing to scoff at. 1, 2, we're 3 away from saving the world. Now, though, we're going to have to roll the world dice, 2 blue and 1 black. We'll roll our dice, and that looks like it's going to be 2 points of damage. And remember, this is no effect. Fortunately, Goofy has 2 shields, so we'll take the 2 shields as damage, and that will end his turn. Let's now move back to Donald. It would be great if Donald could get his ability filled out, but I doubt that's going to happen unless we roll like that. Well, I think the first thing we're going to do is definitely keep this die, because we can now activate our attack slot. We'll be able to deal 1 damage to the Heartless in this world. So that feels like a good idea. I'm definitely going to keep these to leadership. Now, I have more attack here, but Goofy doesn't have his attack slot ready and set, so those are useless to me. I can only activate that attack once on my board. I need other people to have them ready and set. So I definitely want to reroll these, and I need 4 distract in order to make this actually become ready. So I think I'm also just going to reroll that, hoping for, I don't know exactly what I'm going for. Well, we've got another wild, so let's put that here, and then let's pick these 2 up and reroll them one more time. Okay, not great. With the 3 wild, we have a lot of options here. I could use a wild to activate to collect 1 card, but then what I was thinking is I might actually ready my distract. Neither of us are great at distract, and if I used all 4 of these, I could ready it. That means I'm not doing anything with my protect, because remember, I can't fill it up with 2 with only 1 die. Yeah, you know, I think I am going to do that. I'm going to play the long game. So we will ready. Now, that means we still can't activate it. We have to still set it. Before then, we can place a die on it and actually activate it. But we are going to deal 1 damage still to the world. We're actually doing pretty well right now. I'm not going to complain. Let's roll the 1 black and 2 blue. Oh no, we've got this Heartless symbol. They don't really name it. I'd call it the Heartless symbol because it's got X's over a heart. With these 2 dice, we're having 2 damage dealt to Donald. He'll lose 2 shields. And then this one says all players have to unset attack. Now, that's not going to affect Goofy because he doesn't even have it set or ready. But Donald did have it set. So we're going to have to remove this. And he's going to have to use a die to reset it on his next or some future turn. Now, just so you know, we haven't rolled any of them. If we rolled that potion symbol, for every one of those, we'd actually gain +1 Heartless, and that would push this tracker up. We just haven't been rolling it, so that's why there's the 2 sides of the tracker. It's now Goofy's turn. We'll roll our dice, and I'm definitely going to keep 1 of these so I can activate my special ability, which is 2 damage and +1 shield. We'll definitely do it for Donald. These 2 would actually ready our distract, so I might keep those. And this will actually set our protect. So yeah, let's keep that one. Do we want to? Well, I don't even know what we could roll. Oh, a wild and this? Okay, that changes things. You know, we have a way to gain shields with our protect. I'm going to reroll this black die. Let's see. Oh, we got something totally useless. With our ability die here, we can activate our ability, which is +1 shield and 2 attack. I do think I'm going to use these 2 to be able to ready distract, use this one to set distract, and then these 2 dice are useless. We'll now activate our dice. I'll remove these to fill out our slots. You can see this game is nice and simple. My 5-year-old can play it. My 8-year-old can play it. I love it. We have our activate. Anyone gains +1 shield and +2 attack. We'll do it again for Donald. So Donald will gain one of his 2 shields back, and we'll deal 2 damage to this world. And if I was paying enough attention, I'd realize that 2 damage would mean we've saved our first world already. Awesome. So first it says +1 card. I believe that means each player will gain +1 card. So this one is for Goofy. He has 1 of the attack symbols. And this one's for Donald. It says perform 1 action twice. Oh, if only, we could actually use that with Goofy and activate his ability twice. That would be awesome. We get to skip rolling for the world when we've saved the world. We'll just move on to the first level 2. You can see we're already going to roll more dice. This world track is a little bit longer. These things, now look at this. This is going to spawn +2 Heartless. What that means is this is going to move 2 up here. And if ever, of course, this gets to world lost, we lose. Now we get the opportunity to roll the terrible black die. What we do is we'll roll it. Whatever we get, whatever row that is, we're going to remove both our set and ready tokens from that row. So if I had rolled that, I would have to, for Goofy, we'd have to remove both the ready and set on his distract row. If you're unfortunate enough to roll this symbol, you'll have to remove every set token on your board and then re-roll this again and then lose the ready of whatever you roll on this die. And if you rolled this a second time, well, then you remove every single ready, I believe. So, for example, we'll do Goofy first. We'll roll this up. Goofy would have to remove both his ready and set in the collect area. Well, he doesn't have any, so he's fine. For Donald, Donald will roll that. So that means he's going to remove every set token on his board. The only one he has, though, is for the collect, so we'll remove that. And then we have to roll it again for him. And he'd have to remove the ready token for protect, but he doesn't have that, so we're okay. That is the end of our first world. We're now going to go to Donald. Donald's going to start for that second world. We'll roll up our dice and see what we get. Well, I definitely like the signs of all 3 of these. It's the question of, do I want to try and go for the ability? I don't think so. I really want to do, I love getting items, so I'm going to do those. I want to keep this one because that will actually set distract. So then let me just re-roll these 2. Oh my gosh, I'm keeping that. Let's put this distract die right here so we can set that. We'll place this wild here so we can set our attack. We'll place this here so we can set our collect. Oh my gosh. And then after doing that, we're going to activate all 3 of them. Because why not? So let's first replace these 3 dice with our 3 set tokens. And then we can activate these in any order. Let's do the collect first. So we have a ×2 wild. Oh, that's awesome. Then for our attack, we'll deal 1 damage. And this one, we're going to leave the die here to remind ourselves that during the world phase, we'll roll 1 less blue die because we have distracted the Heartless that's at this world. 1 damage to those Heartless will put us here. Now, though, we'll roll the dice for the world. We'll roll 1 black and 1, 2, 3 blue dice because we've distracted this Wonderland character a little bit. We'll roll up our dice for the world. Okay, so the 2 wilds there, I'm going to assume do nothing. I don't exactly know what they do. It's not anywhere in the rules, so we're just going to activate these 2 dice. Well, you can't get much luckier than that. If you look here, it says no effect for these potion rolls or item rolls. So we'll just move to Goofy's turn. We're now back to Goofy. Let's give our first roll. Okay, we definitely want to keep one of these to be able to activate his ability. I'd love to get his attack going, so maybe keep these 2. Yeah, let's re-roll these 4. And, we're definitely keeping this one, and this one. And we can activate a distract. Heck yeah. There are so many great options here. The first thing we for sure are going to do is distract. Now, if I wanted to, just so I can show you this, if I wanted to distract a second time, because both Goofy and Donald have them ready and set, I could use this wild die and activate his distract, so we'd actually roll 2 less dice. But I don't want to do that yet. I am going to use this die to activate our ability. I am going to use these 2, plus this card for the 3 so we can ready our attack. It's not set yet. I think then we'll just simply set with this and activate it. And then Donald is most certainly going to use the perform one action twice, and we're going to perform the ability action 2 times. You know, I'm actually thinking that we need a die for this one, so I think we'd have to place a second die here. So let's say that we're doing it that way. So now we'll activate. I'll leave this here. We're distracting the Heartless, so they'll roll 1 less die. With that card, we're able to ready and set our attack. And then with this one, we're using 2 dice here, but we're activating that ability twice. That means 2 shields. We'll do that for Goofy, so Goofy will gain all of his shields back, because I don't know if you can see, he's 2 shields down. We'll gain 2 shields, and we're going to be able to deal 4 damage. Awesome. 4 damage pushes the Heartless all the way to only 3 away from being able to complete our level 2 world. Because we distracted the Heartless at this world, we only roll 1 black and 3 blue. Let's see what these do. Well, we're getting incredibly lucky. No effect, -1 health, and 2 no effects. That means Goofy just takes 1 point of damage. I will tell you that my sons and I haven't won this game yet, but we were not having it this easy. So I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's the worlds, or maybe I'm getting super lucky on our rolls. Let's move to Donald. Donald will roll his 6 dice. I'd love to be able to power up our ability as well, so I think I'm just going to keep this one, and I'm going to re-roll the other 5. It's a little risky. Let's see what we get. And, this might actually pay off. We've got 2 here. I think then I'm just going to take all 3 of these and roll them up 1 more time. Yes, that is great. We have our item that gives us 2 wilds, so we're going to use those to cover those 2 spots up. We're then going to fill this up for our ability and put this one to set it. This protect is useless, but we do also get to place our collect die. So that means we get to collect a new card. Let's see what we get. We get 1 reroll. So we get a free reroll that we can use. And we've now ready and set our ability. Donald's ability is all about healing and 1 attack. Now that's not great, especially right now, but the big thing is now we can activate Goofy's ability during Donald's turn. That's part of the reason why filling this up, I wanted that to be a priority. Okay, this time we're going to have to roll, because we didn't distract the world, we're going to have to roll 4 blues and 1 black. We'll roll our dice up for the world. Ooh, well, these 2 we know they don't do anything. I don't remember what the 3 ability ones do. Well, the world was being nice to us for a little bit, but look at this, -2 health. That means we just lost 6 health from that attack. Whoa. That means Donald will lose 4 shields and 2 health. He's down to 8 from 10. All of a sudden, his ability is looking a little bit better for healing. We're back to Goofy, and let's roll him up. Okay, we want to keep 2. Well, I'm going to keep this one. Boy, we almost rolled 5 of our ability dice, but our ability is already ready and set. I'm going to keep these 2 because I can activate both of our abilities. I'm then going to take the remainder of these and re-roll them. Yeah, because I want to do some attacking too. Let's see. Okay, that's a wild. Definitely keeping that one. Gosh, I don't need the ability symbols. Third roll. Well, we've got 2 more wilds, and we're just going to have to forego that ability die. With our first ability die, we'll activate our ability here for +1 shield and +2 attack. With the second one, we can then use it on Donald's board. So cool. Then we have 3 wilds that we can use. Let's activate for damage. Wait, you know what? I think we only needed 3 damage, and we've got 2 + 1 is 3. So I think instead with these 3, let's do 1 here to complete our protect, 1 extra one here so we can gain 1 shield. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that we're dealing enough, but just in case. And just to show you, because we have those both ready and set, I could actually activate Donald's attack with this die. Kind of cool. You can see that once you start building up your board, you can really start helping each other. So I'm going to have Goofy activate this ability for Donald. So Donald will gain 1 shield back and will be able to deal 2 damage. That's this die. Then Donald will activate this one, choosing himself to gain +1 health and +1 attack. So he'll go up to 9 health from 8, and we're dealing 3 damage. This is then dealing 4, and this one here we will set and then activate our shield, so +1 shield. Now I wish I could give that to Donald, but I can't. I will just simply give it to Goofy. 3 damage is certainly enough. 1, 2, 3, we're done. We have the ability of +1 health here, so that actually means Donald can heal by 1. We'll put him up to 10, so he's at 10 health. We would now normally go to another level 2, but I think I'm just going to show you one more world, so let's pick a random level 3. Let's do a Port Royale. What do you say? So we're going to start here. Whoa, not very far before we lose. We'll go against this Port Royale. Since we did save a world, we have to roll a black die for each character. So let's do Donald first. Okay, he's going to lose his ability row. Wow, that's terrible. That's his bottom one. So he's going to lose both of these. Remember how much work we did to get that? Yeah, gone. Gone, gone, gone. Seriously? Goofy will roll, and he gets the best one because he doesn't have his collect row filled up, so he doesn't lose anything. Really, Goofy? It's because you're Goofy. Donald will start things off. We'll roll our dice. Do I want... Well, I don't know. Right now, I don't have pretty much any chance of getting my ability. I mean, I could try. I need all 5 dice, but then I'm not dealing damage. Remember how close that was to us actually just losing? So I think I'm going to keep this one so I can activate to collect a card. I'm going to pick up the rest. I'm looking for some attack, hopefully. Oh, there we go. I'm going to keep both of these. Oh, I'm going to keep a distract. Heck, I could keep 2 distract. Yeah, I'm going to keep 2 distract, and let's roll this one. Okay, we got another potion. That's going to be useless. Now remember, it's Donald's turn. He's going to use this to distract the Heartless. Then he's going to use this die because both of them have their abilities ready and set. Then he will use this one for an attack and this one for an attack. So we're going to deal 2 damage. We're going to have them roll 2 less dice. And we are going to collect a card. So this is our second card, and we have, oh, that's actually really nice. That could help us with our ability next time. So we'll put that with our other card. Remember, the max you can have is 3 items. We have 2 right now. So let's deal 2 damage to the Heartless, and then they'll roll 2 less dice during their phase. 2 damage gives us a little bit of breathing room. Then they roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So right now they're actually going to only roll 2 blue and 1 black. Let's see what the world does to us. We've got +2 Heartless. That's going to push this tracker back 2 spaces. We have -1 card, so we're going to have to discard one of our cards. We'll discard the reroll. And then we have -2 health. Well, Donald has 1 shield, and then he has 10 health, so he's going to be down to 9 health. Now we're back to Goofy. Let's see. We definitely want to keep one of these. And let's keep this one. Whenever you can choose to keep the black die, keep it. Because then you don't have to roll it and potentially get that Heartless symbol that lets you not keep any of your other dice. Now, I'd love to be able to activate Donald's ability, but we can't do that anymore. Oh, we've got a lot of distract. Now, I want to go hard on damage here. So let's just pick these back up. Re-roll them. And, oh man, that's 3 of these. That's actually awesome. We only need 1 more of those, and we could ready the collect. So let's do that and see. Oh, that's awesome. We're most certainly going to activate our ability. So that's 2 damage and 1 shield. And we're going to allow Donald to do that for sure. We've got 4 here so that we can ready our collect. And then let's do this to activate for 1 attack. So we're going to have 3 damage in total. We're going to put 1 shield back onto Donald's board. And yeah, and then we've readied our collect so that hopefully we can start getting some cards. 3 damage, I'll take that. 1, 2, 3. Now let's roll 5 dice. Hopefully they're all wilds. No, not a single one is a wild. For this roll, we'll add 4 more Heartless. 1, 2, 3, 4. We would lose a card, but we don't have any. And then we'd take 3 points of damage. We have 5 shields, so we'll go down to 2 shields. Well, there you have it. That's the gist of the game. I think I'm going to stop here. I've showed you all the different things. I did want to show you some of the other characters. So this is Sora. You can see he's the best at attacking. He's not great at distracting. We've got Rico. Rico also is good at attacking. He's not great at collecting things. But his ability, which is +2 attack and -1 card, is actually easier to get to. Same with Sora's. And that's 3 attack. And then there's Carrie. I don't know if I'm saying that right. She's really good at distracting, really good at getting those distracts so you're rolling less dice. She also has a hard ability to be able to get to that, but then she has -1 die. So I'm assuming when it says that it's for the Heartless, roll 1 less die and +2 attack. Hopefully this helped you see if this is something you'd be interested in. Like I said, I would recommend this at 2 to 3 players. And if you're playing with kids, you can maybe do half the amount of worlds and still have a good time. It does run a little long for me, but I like how simple it is. The turns do go quick. Yeah. Anyways, I would overall recommend 2 to 3 players and maybe play 4 worlds instead of 6. But otherwise, plays nice and quick, and I love the setting on the boards, activating, and being able to cooperate. That's the best part once you get your board set up. Thanks so much for watching. Hope to see you in some of our next playthroughs. We'll catch you at the next stop.